Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution, we believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us.
This is the scene of a press conference at a co-working space in Dallas, Texas, where the mother of 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony speaks as her husband Andrew Anthony looks on for the first time since her son tragically took the life of Austin Metcalfe. This comes days after his release from Texas County Jail. The gentleman you see there is Jeff Metcalfe, the father of the slain teen, refused to leave the press conference until police had to escort him off the premises. You may already know this hot race debate of 2025 earlier this month at a track meet. Karmelo was accused of stabbing Austin Metcalfe in a fight over seating. Metcalfe allegedly tried to remove Anthony from a tent, citing that he didn't belong there. When the latter reached into his bag, he wielded a knife and stabbed Austin Metcalfe once in the chest. This press conference comes days after his release, where his bond, initially set at $1 million, was reduced to $250K and house arrest. It's a lot to unpack, guys. So I promised I would cover this, so I wanted to go back to it. The last time we talked about Karmelo Anthony, he was in jail. He had just pretty much admitted, he said, it isn't alleged, I did it. He also asked the officers if it was self-defense. I have since had a look at the arrest report. This kid was crying, like he really didn't want to kill the kid. And a part of the reason why I was thinking like this couldn't really be murder is because it seemed as if he stabbed him once and ran, right? Like if you had the intent to kill somebody, I feel like you'd stab him a couple more times, like make sure you got the job done. You know what I mean? Respectfully, RIP to Austin Metcalfe. And there's a lot of different things that have been coming out in the last couple of days. It was so hard to cover. Did he deserve to get out? They had a hearing over his house arrest. Essentially, what it came down to is the kid has no priors. And somehow the internet, I don't know how these people in the comments get more details than the courts themselves, but they say that there was an incident in his high school in February. No one knows the details, whether he was in a fight, witness to a fight, accused of being in a fight, won a fight, started a fight. Nobody knows what it is, but they asked him about that. And ultimately they found that the kid's got a clean record. So yeah, he should probably go home, especially on the strength that he's saying that this is self-defense. Now, I've heard definitely a lot of different talking heads speak on whether or not he is going to go to jail for murder. Well, I personally feel, and if you take a look at Texas law, there isn't anything to really constitute murder here. Manslaughter, probably. So I think if the district attorney is smart and wants to get a win in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and say, bring this charge down to manslaughter so that, the district attorney can claim a win and maybe some justice for the Metcalfe family. But this kid is going to walk away if you continue to lean on these charges for murder. And I mean, rightfully so. There's no situation wherein you can put hands on someone after they warn you, don't touch me, and you don't have the right to stand your ground. And stand your ground is a little bit dicey as well, because people are saying that you have to have no option to retreat in order to stand your ground. So it's all very dicey at this point in time. However, I think the major headline in the last 3 days, not just Karmelo coming home, but obviously the family of Austin Metcalfe have been very vocal. Mother, brother, all of them, a father especially. As you see, he wanted to confront the parents. So let's take a little bit more of that. You heard some context. You heard what Karmelo's mom said with regard to just how she believes in the due process and innocent until proven guilty. She also mentioned that, her kids are afraid to sleep at night. Her husband had to quit his job. Their address has been posted online. So I think, whether this kid is innocent or guilty, the family is really suffering right now. So what makes it even crazier is that the dad, who seemed to have such understanding and super forgiving and, was a man of Christ, he pulled up there like he wanted all the smoke. Let's go ahead and hear what Fox 4 Dallas Worth has to say about this.
As the media was setting up and getting into place for today's press conference at the Next Generation Action Network's offices, Jeff Metcalfe, Austin Metcalfe's dad, made a surprise appearance. He told me off camera he wanted to hear what was said and did not have plans to make a statement. Then, in another unexpected turn of events, Dallas police showed up and walked Mr. Metcalfe out of the building.
But you could have heard what was said on TV. Like, I don't even understand that. And, a part of this kid's bail conditions is obviously he's not going to have any contact with the victim's family, but it should go both ways. Like, what you being there, what did that do? I don't know. It just feels like this Metcalfe family being real aggressive for some innocent people.
Minutes later, Karmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, came to the podium alongside event organizer Dominique Alexander. Alexander had this to say about it.
That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family.
It has been a little more than 2 weeks since police say Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalfe in the chest during a dispute over seating in the bleachers at a track meet. Austin's twin says his brother died in his arms. Immediately, the case garnered national attention. Anthony's parents wanted to use Thursday's forum to dispel what they characterized as rumors and misinformation being spread about them on the internet.
My 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about.
They say, contrary to what's being put on social media, they have not yet accessed a single dime from the online fundraising campaign, which has yielded nearly $450,000 in contributions from the public.
The claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false.
Through tears, Kayla Hayes spoke about the barrage of threats and harassment her family has endured.
My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing has gotten really messy, and it sounded like everybody wanted the justice system to do its due diligence or whatever, but once the internet gets involved, it becomes a big hot mess. You got me all the way here in Canada commenting on it, so you already know it's a problem. But I think something is really sketchy about this Metcalfe family. The mother has not spoken out since. The dad seems to be everywhere. He pulled up to Dallas. Like, why would you, as the guy from the Action Network or whatever little revolutionary program they linked up with, as he said, it's not really appropriate for you to do that. So I can't understand why it happened. Prayers up to both families because they both seem very distraught. And shout out to the mother of Karmelo Anthony. I believe her name is Miss Hayes. I want to say it's like Kayla Hayes or something like that, because she's really holding strong, and nobody on both sides should have to see their child go through this. If you liked everything, make sure you guys stick in these comments, hit a like, hit a subscribe. And, I'm plus, man, we're going to keep covering this thing. I want to talk a little bit more in depth about, the difference between murder, manslaughter, also what is going to happen with this case according to the arrest report. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on this one, man. It's pretty fun for me to do. So yeah, once again, I'm plus, and just trying to keep it 100 because that's the only way to do it. Peace.